me mateys. Legend has it that listeners would rather walk the plank than miss out on the Pirates Parley. A weekly tale filled with truly terrifying talks. You're listening to the Pirates Parley, a show born from a life of enjoying the ocean, pirates, gaming, and rum.
Hello everybody and welcome back to another episode of the Pirates Parley. Earl, thanks for joining me once again. How are you doing, bro?
Pretty good, good sir. How about you?
I'm very well, thank you, man. I'm very well. I was just getting it all started and getting it rolling. And I was like, it feels like a long time since we've done this, and it's been like a week, right?
Yes.
So much has happened in the last week. I'm looking at my Streamlabs. I'm like, please let me press the right buttons. Please press the right buttons. Oh my God, what have I got to do? Oh yeah, unmute my microphone. I was panicking, man. Pure anxiety at this start. Oh jeez. Me and I have just been having a bit of a catch up and talking about what we're gonna go through today. You can see my slightly different camera still, but I'm getting my better camera back tomorrow. My buddy's been out in Dubai doing some filming, so I'm excited to see what he's been up to. But what we're talking about today is, I was coming up with a couple of good suggestions and a couple of cool topics actually. So the first one is Fortnite. Dare we say it? We're going to be talking about Fortnite. I've always been like anti-Fortnite, like nah man, it's not my thing. It's too childish. It's not cool. But yeah, I think I've first started playing it way back in the day and thought, this is cool, and then realized I'm terrible at building. When I figured out I was terrible at building, I gave up, you know. Did you play it back in the day?
The first 3 months was a lot of fun when people are not cracked yet with building. It's like simple build. Let's get on top of the building, build the simple stairs. That was build back then. It's not like now where it's like shield on.
That's what it was, yeah. I remember that. I remember having fun and yeah, building like a staircase, and that was it. And building a small house and being like, okay, this is my place. I'm gonna camp here. And now people build houses within like milliseconds, multiple layered buildings. I'm like, nah, man, I can't.
And then they edit the house and it's like window, pop, pop, pop. Oh, window's closed.
How does your brain function? How do you do this? I was gonna say thanks for joining us. Good to see you, Horse, Josh, Carl. Walt, welcome in, boys. So this is our Pirates Parley. If you haven't seen it before, haven't heard it before, every Monday me and Earl kind of get together and just chat. Last week we had on Scythe. It'd be nice to kind of get some more people joining us in the future. It's kind of a way for me personally to try and learn to speak better, be a bit more confident in the way I'm speaking, and I think just a weekly get together for me and Earl. So yeah, we're gonna be talking about Fortnite. A big NFT game got hacked, and of course we're gonna jump back into New World today because this is the first time since its launch that it's been gaining players rather than losing players. So it's going to be a bit of a chat. But yeah, I haven't chatted to you really all week, Earl. What's new, man? What you been up to? Tell us about your week.
Just the same thing like what I said a couple of weeks ago. You know, I'm working on something big, just putting all my time to that. That's why I've never really been on Discord, and it's like, so it makes me itchy every time I see your names. You know, I want to say hi, I want to hang out with the boys, but I gotta do this right now. But other than that, you know, I haven't really been playing video games. It's just work in the backstage for content in the future.
Nice. Well, yeah, it's a difficult one because you were essentially full-time content creator, right? That was kind of how you paid the bills and made your money, and then kind of stopped it for a little bit on your transition over to the UK, and then now it's finding feet again and getting back into it. It's not easy, right?
It's not easy at all. Like I could, like, you know, you can always turn it into like a day job kind of stuff, because of like the experience I've got, I can go home and stream a small game, gain traction from that, and like slowly do what I did back then. But this time I want to do something different. I don't want it to be just a day job. I want to be the CEO of my own like business, which is my brand basically.
Is I know I'm going to jump into Fortnite, but is there? Why did you start? Like, genuinely, why did you start create? Like, why did you start? Were you just good at the game, and then you started streaming it, and people were watching, or How did it start for you?
So I started in Overwatch. I was competing in Overwatch at the time on season 1. I was actually believe it or not, number 1 support in the world. And
Mate, I used to love that game. I was terrible, but I used to love it.
yeah. So PS4, like where I started, and I'm like, I should get a PC and compete. And then I started competing like before Overwatch League came out, all the leagues back then. Um, but it didn't really go the way I wanted to because I couldn't find teammates that are as dedicated as me. So that's when I decided like maybe I should play single player games. So one night I just started playing card games and turned the camera on, started playing, and next thing you know, in a week I'm one of the top players in the card game, and people were like, "Holy, who's this kid?" Like, so people started tuning in, and then from there on, they're just like, "Hey, play this card game." And I go to that card game, I do the exact same thing. I play it in a week and become one of the top players, and then it just kept going until like I had like 300 average after 5-6 months of streaming.
That's
And,
cool.
and then I got partnered, and then
That's cool.
yeah.
I mean, like, ultimately, we all know that it's kind of sad in a way, but content creation is ultimately a popularity contest, and if you have
It is.
if you have a small community or a large community, you have a following, and if you have a following, you have an audience. If you have an audience, it means people can push their products in front of your audience, and is normally behind your recommendations. So it's tough, man. I agree. I see. I'm always watching on the Discord and stuff. Some of the boys. I think Scoob is a great example. Scoob likes posted some bits recently, and he's just a beast paladin on Lost Ark, and people really enjoy watching him. And I hope he keeps posting some stuff, because some of his videos like 40,000-50,000 views, because he's just a beast. Like, he's an absolute beast. And it's a difficult one. Anyway, I've gone completely off track, and it was kind of making me think about Dr. Disrespect with Fortnite, because he's all over it at the moment, right? Every time I see Fortnite, I see something to do with Dr. Disrespect. I don't know the connection there, or if he's playing it. Do you know much about him and
Yeah,
Fortnite?
he's actually been loving Fortnite. I've been following his tweets. It's just like, I think Fortnite did this for me. Like, you know how like it's always like self-centered type of like character. It's like Fortnite definitely made this like version of no building Fortnite for me. And it looks like he's been enjoying his time in Fortnite, and to be honest, like uh, behind the scenes, when he's not Dr. Disrespect and he's just Guy Beam, he tweets about it on his other Twitter account, where he actually talks about Fortnite, how good it is as a business, their marketing team, and also how good the game is, because it's really a well-made game. There's no other game like this out there, especially when it comes to battle royale, where it's like split second, like quick seconds reaction to stuff, and you're not just like there and there's nothing you can do about your situation. The building actually gives you so many options on what you can do, and as an esports like follower like him, or an enthusiast, he loves that, and I agree with him, because I don't play the game, but I watch the game, the esports in the game enough to actually like confirm that it's a great freaking esports. Yeah, it's a lot of fun. Hard to follow when the first time you watch it.
When was the last time you played?
I actually played like 3-4 days ago with my little brother.
Oh, cool.
They visited and he got his controller since we have a dual PC set up. I set him up on one of the monitors and we're playing. He's cracked, man. He's 12 years old and he can build crazy. But
Oh, oh
now
my
there's no
God.
more building.
Yeah, now he's bad.
He goes in the middle of everything and then he shoots and it's like, oh crap. I completely forgot. There's no more building. And I was like, yeah, you're exposed. You gotta hide. You gotta play like a boomer.
Maybe we can have a get together over the next because I think you mentioned it's a game mode now, right? No building is a game mode that's gonna stay within Fortnite. So
yeah,
maybe us old boys can get in and see if we can.
I'm
have
so
a bit of
down,
a laugh,
man.
Yeah. It'll be better than the other battle royale we played recently. I can't remember what it was.
To be honest, man, playing it's so polished. The game is just awesome.
How long has it been out now? Do you know?
It's been out since 2018, right? 2018, I think. Yeah.
It's awesome, man. What's the whole forgive me, I should have done my research. I haven't. It's been a mad week and I just don't know. I just don't know too much at the moment. What is the Doctor Strange thing with Fortnite? Because this is Doctor Strange, right? Here he is.
Yeah. So this is like what I was saying earlier, like how good Fortnite is with their marketing and networking and all that stuff. They just have so many crossovers. Like they have crossovers with anime. They have crossover with the whole Marvel universe. They have crossover with DC, with musicians. I go in there and someone kills me and just started singing like dance with me, dance with me, dance with me. Oh oh, I never seen. I'm like what?
Okay, we're gonna have a few games then. This is cool, man. Benedict Cumberbatch, my boy, is there he is. This is cool.
Yeah, I even saw The Rock in it. I saw I saw Terminator in it. I saw The Rock. There's so many stuff. John Wick is in the game.
This is cool. Okay. I saw this. So I haven't seen or followed Fortnite in forever, you know, at least for the last few years, because my entire online life really has been about things like Hell Let Loose. I tried a little bit of Battlefield. We had a bit of a session playing old school Battlefields and stuff, and then of course New World. Like I've been completely indulged in New World. I haven't done anything really outside of that. A bit of Sea of Thieves and stuff. Sea of Thieves do a great job as well, but went through the website and was like, you know, look at this. It looks like actual battle buses driving around and shooting. I'm like, this is a bit of me. This is cool. So maybe we'll try and have a bit of a game night in the coming weeks. We were planning this. So a couple of the boys were coming up, we were chatting on stream quite a lot, and they were like, man, we need to have a night where we get together maybe once a month and play another game. And they wanted to call it Teabag Tuesdays. And just play like a free to play and stuff like I think it's Halo Infinite is free to play. There's a couple of boys like, I will pay you to play that and you would love it, and I'm like, I don't have time, man, I'm too busy playing New World and getting my butt kicked in OPR and stuff like that. But maybe like once a month we can try and agree a date, like the first Tuesday of every month or something like that, and call it Teabag Tuesdays or something funny, and just we'll try and get together with the boys.
I'm so down,
because this would be cool and this looks amazing.
Hopefully Halo would bring their own battle royale. Like people have been saying this, like stop creating the same thing over and over again, because like the new Halo that is for free, it's literally the same Halo back then. It's just like updated graphics maybe, but it's literally exactly the same. It's 4v4 with like a few different modes. Like, but truth to be told, is there's no shooters out there that actually survived without a battle royale. Like if they survive, it's very small community on the side, and it's just like, come on, Halo, where's our battle royale?
What do you think? What do you think about battle royales that make you want to keep playing? Like why?
It's just exciting, right?
So much.
Like the experience of like being in an arena with 100 people or 50 people, and it's the last man standing. It's once the action starts, it just keeps going. The excitement of you're always being watched. Someone's gonna try to like kill you at any time, so you always gotta watch your back. The
Yeah.
RNG aspect of it too is pretty fun, but they can. I'm also waiting for a battle royale that maybe they can take out the RNG. Like, give us a loadout. Let's get in the arena. Let's fight all fair and square. Like that might be like really cool too. But like the whole battle royale is just really, really a cool
I,
idea.
I think maybe it's our love for the Hunger Games and
Yeah.
the alpha male inside all of us wants to be the last man standing. I am the boss. I am the best. As Shaka's just saying there, CS:GO has a battle royale and no one plays it because it's shit. I remember
Yeah,
that coming
that.
out, and I remember playing it, and it just didn't feel. It didn't feel the same as CS:GO. I don't know if that doesn't really make sense, but everything about that battle royale that they brought out didn't feel right. There was something about it that just didn't feel CS:GO like or whatever. I don't know what it was, but something just didn't feel right. Maybe like you say, they should have just, at the start of the battle royale, everyone just gets to fly in or do what they want to do, but everyone has like a starting cost, so you can go through the buy menu again and buy something that's kind of familiar, and then you can still pick up some other shit while you're out and about. Something maybe, but I remember playing it and thinking, this sucks, man. What is this? This sucks.
CS:GO battle royale, yeah.
Yeah.
It was so cheap. It's like a bunch of kids. It's like, oh, let's make this mode. Wouldn't this be fun? And it felt like 15-year-olds. Not that 15-year-old can't be a genius, of course, but like I'm just saying, like that's how it feels like. But I was just gonna say. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
I was gonna say there was another battle royale we played way back before. I think before Fortnite, and it was kind of one of the very first we played. I cannot get my head around what it was. I think I may have it here. I'll have a look while you.
Ring of Elysium.
Ring of Elysium was amazing. There was. See if I can find it on my screenshots. How do I see my screenshots on here? Because it was so good. It was sort of like hand to hand.
Island of Nine.
It'll be on here. Look at these PUBG stuff here. This here. What was this game?
PUBG.
No, this one. What was this game? They cancelled it in the end. There it is.
Oh,
the culling. This was like one of the first games I ever played. This was absolutely insane. This was the craziest, and it was the coolest, and it had some really cool combat, very similar to what you see in maybe, dare I say it, Rust or 7 Days to Die. That kind of very raw gameplay to it, and it was crazy. It was truly glorious, and it just didn't pick up. This was 2017. I don't know. Did you play this?
No, I actually never heard of it before.
Oh, it was just as Shaka saying, it was dope. It was amazing. I remember I have some of the greatest memories playing this game, and it just didn't, for whatever reason, it just didn't pick up. And the coloring is no longer available. That's a sad moment, man. Moment of silence for the coloring. It was glorious, dude. It was truly glorious. It had great sounds and great stuff, and I think probably that's what CS:GO lacked in its moments. But sorry, mate. Yeah, a bit of a tangent now. I had it in my brain, but I couldn't remember what it was, and this was truly fantastic.
I was just gonna say earlier, I think CS:GO though, like out of all like shooters, CS:GO and Valorant, like that type of mode where it's like round per round, I think that has a place on like the FPS scene, because like people just like, get rid of all the bullshit of actually like diving in, looking for like items and stuff like that. They just want to get in action.
So quickly back to Fortnite. I was just reading here while you were chatting. Commandeer an an IO Titan tank to fire its cannon while demolishing obstacles. To bolster the effort, a teammate can control its machine gun with bar funding. Build the metallic monster that is the armored battle bus, complete with chunks tires, a cow catcher, and 2 types of turrets. So you can jump in this. You can jump in this bus.
Yeah.
You could drive and I could shoot, or I could drive and you could shoot. Is that right?
Yeah. So
Insane.
there's an actual tank. The tank that they're talking about is a tank with like
Yeah.
a machine gun on the top, and then like the tank cannon in the inside, of course. And they have the buses and the cars, and you can pick up that it's called a cow catcher, the thing that you put in the front of it.
Yeah,
and
the
you can
big fucking
equip.
spike.
Yeah, you can equip that on your vehicles and just run through all the buildings and run through people.
Oh my gosh. This is crazy. Okay. I mean, I've always been, I think I've mentioned that. I've always been like, nah, screw Fortnite, man. It's not for me. It's not for me. I'm too shit. So without the building, potentially something we could jump in. Yeah, Shaka's saying there, Realm Hour was cool, and I think I'll come back to Fortnite now. There's no building mode, so we'll give it a go. We'll get something organised, I guess, and we'll try and get together and have a play. But let's see what else is on here. So you mentioned as well, yeah, the movement's different, so you can now sprint, jump.
It's
slide?
super athletic now, you know. In the words of a Dr. Disrespect, this is an athletic game now. You have a stamina bar where you can do an ultra megatonic sprint where you just go zooming, and then you can slide and you can climb on stuff now to get high ground. It's a lot of fun. It's so smooth as well, man. Like, you know, when you play like just a polished game, and every press of the button, it feels like you're one with your character, like you're the actual like a person in there.
Yeah.
That's how it feels like. It's
I
so
do
good,
remember
man.
being really responsive. Like that was the one great thing about it. It felt really responsive, and I know that sounds really silly, but you know, there's times when we play a New World, you decide to do something and it just doesn't fucking work the way it's supposed to work. Fortnite never really had that issue when we were playing it back in the day. But okay, I was just making a little note there. So Fortnite gaming night, Halo Infinite gaming night, and we can look for maybe some other kind of free to play stuff, and we can maybe talk about it on here from time to time. But we'll as part of the community, we'll get some gaming going. Was there anything else that you found while playing this? When you played recently? That was
There's
okay, this is cool.
There's PvE in the game. Like,
what do you mean?
There's bosses now that you can kill in the game. That
Like
will,
Baroness Hane? Or a bit better? No offense, Baroness. I love you, really, but
they're just like basically kind of like characters in the game.
Okay.
They're called IOs. You can kill them and they drop guns, and then on that area they will have a boss, and if you kill the boss, it will drop a legendary gun. So it's just so much fun, man. There's no like dull moment. Like me and my brother, we would drop a shifty shaft, kill everyone that we can, and then our rotation goes to this area where there's like a spaceship that crash landed, and then there's like these IOs. We're just gonna kill them, grab their guns, grab their resources. There's like legendary boxes in the ship, and we get fully equipped, and then we just go in the last circle, murking everyone, man. Like, it's so much fun, man.
Is this what you're talking about here? So it's called Save the World. Is this the PvE element, or is PvE within the Battle Royale as well?
That's the PvE, full PvE version. In the Battle Royale, there's a PvPvE. Yeah.
Okay.
Game's dope, man. Like, I don't know why I'm not playing it. Like, this idea in my head, like, it's for 12 years old. Like, once you, like, get past that, and actually, I have an excuse. I play with a 12-year-old. You know, I have a little brother. But like deep inside me, man, I can't get enough of the game. I wanna keep playing it. I wanna keep playing it. It's so awesome, man.
And it's completely free to play, right? And then there's the battle pass.
Completely free to play.
Like that, yeah.
Yep.
Right.
And what's cool right now is very cool with thing about Fortnite, by the way, is like all their income at the moment and everything that you buy in the game goes to Ukraine. Like
Wow.
they're helping out, you know. So just imagine how much they make in a month.
That's pretty
That's big help, you know.
cool. That's really cool.
It's a big respect. That's why I was telling my little brother, like, no, it's the time. Tell your mom and dad, you know, like, hey, you want to donate? Then help out on the cause. Ukraine, buy me some V-Bucks.
That's cool. That's cool. There was another big. I think Humble Bundle did something massive recently as well, and yeah, it's really cool to see all these gaming companies putting all their money to a good cause. So it's good shit.
I love Humble Bundle. I haven't checked out Humble Bundle in like probably 2 years, man. I used to always like buy stuff there because you get the best deals ever.
Oh, just sorry, oh man. I remember I'm getting old. I can't multitask so much. I was just looking at this last bit. I guess I'm kind of Fortnite. So I'm just looking at here. Is there a competitive like system built into the game, or is this all like it's built in?
Yeah, so right now they don't have it for no building, but they already teased on their social media that it's probably coming soon. But in the game they have rank and you can qualify for the actual esports that they have in the game if you climb in ranks, you know. So imagine Lost Ark, us getting to Grandmaster, and that's us qualifying for the esports.
Hey, that's super cool.
Yeah, and they
really
have like
cool.
different like side like events as well, like side tournaments that, oh, this is like for this weekend or this is for this month. You know, if you guys want to play duos or squads, you know, it's
much. So
it's
part of
so
me's like, yeah, dude, I'm gonna do well in this. I feel like I can do it. I'm like, nah, I'll just go back to OPR, man, and mold as a tank.
Here's how I can tell you right now. I still don't understand. Why are we not playing this game?
Okay, so it's on my list, man. We're gonna have a Fortnite sesh. I'm still the same as you. I'm like, am I really saying this right now? Are we really gonna play Fortnite? Like, for fuck's sake. What am I thinking?
But you know what they need to do? Get Ailstorm in the game, and now it will feel like it's not just for 12 years old. You know? Bring Metallica.
Mega music. Yeah. Here it is. Yeah, Fortnite zero build.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. We've probably spoke enough about Fortnite. We love you, Fortnite, but we'll see you soon. We'll see you in there soon, man. Something else I wanted to talk about, which I guess is, you know, you brought up recently before we started jumping on to the show, is how Steam has a entire marketplace which is about selling content or selling
in-game stuff,
badges, stuff that you earn from in-game, and you can sell it to each other. I'm just bringing that up here. So I've got Team Fortress 2 here. I can sell it. Yeah. So all this stuff here, I guess CSGO is obviously probably one of the bigger ones, but anything that you earn through Steam, you can essentially, let me bring it up. You can essentially sell, right? So in some way, shape or form, this is what we now know as an NFT, right? It wasn't and never has been an NFT. I'm just buying a gun and I'm selling the gun. It's not an NFT, but with social and all that sort of stuff, it's now got its name as being an NFT. And I really enjoy watching Trainwreck. I really enjoy watching Asmongold. I really enjoy looking at people who, you know, who do well in gaming. I enjoy them now. And Trainwreck, for example, I really like Gary V. You know Gary V?
When you told me about him, I looked him up.
Yeah. So he in kind of the business world was someone I always looked up to, because him as a businessman is, you know, he's kind of, you know, S tier. He's a beast. He's an absolute beast. He's a great speaker and whatever. So from one side you got Trainwreck, who is just a fucking legend and says whatever he wants to say, legend. And then you got Gary V, who is a business genius and has made his wealth, being extremely creative and being ahead of the curve. Gary Vee is all for NFTs and think it's brilliant, and he's got his V friends and he's got this huge NFT movement, and you got Trainwreck who turns around and says, "Shut the fuck up, man! It's all a big scam," And on his podcast, he was just like, "Nah, it's fucking stupid," and people are just. I think he says, there are moments for it to be really awesome and great, but there's a lot of creators, there's a lot of social media out there where people are just essentially fucking scamming people because they'll hype up this picture, which they know full well in a few months' time is going to be worth fuck all. Like there's no reason for it, but it's just they're just creating that hype and making a shitload of money. But yeah, sorry, slightly off topic there, but CS:GO, as we know it, has been selling shit for a long time, right? So
Yep.
it's been in our lives as gamers for a while. So we're checking it. Well, you can sell all CS:GO stuff for real money on third-party websites too, instead of selling it for Steam Wallet money. I think that's
PUBG does the same thing.
Yeah. So I think that's the only thing at the moment is I can't sell this here for 43 pence. Sorry, 43 pence, and then withdraw that money through Steam. I would have to sell it on a third-party site and then exchange that money. So it's possible to get real money out of this, and we know people are the knives, some of the top end knives, what they're selling for thousands of dollars. It's amazing.
Yep.
Anyway, sorry, I was slightly distracted there, but what we were talking about before we jumped on was there is a big NFT game. Called Axe. How do you say Axie Infinity?
Yeah, Axie Infinity.
Axie Infinity. Battle, collect, earn. And Earl read an article where they have been hacked for $625 million. It's just an insane amount of money. Like $1 million is a lot of money, but 600 million? What the fuck, bro? So do you know much about this? Do you know much about what's happened, or like what's your knowledge behind all this?
I don't really know much about it, to be honest. I was just thinking about NFT the other day, and my father-in-law actually showed me this. It's like, is this what you do? Like you play video games and stuff, right? Do you sell stuff in the game? I'm like, no, like I'm a content creator. I'm like, I don't really like do that stuff. But then I checked it out, and it's been in my radar ever since, because I thought it was a pretty cool idea, especially after you talked about NFT. But yeah, it's basically a Pokemon. It's like a turn-based game. Like they fight each other, but you can also breed with your like Axies, is what they call them, but let's just call them Pokemon.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah,
So they're basically Pokemon, and then you can sell these little creatures. You can breed and sell these little creatures and make real money off of it. And then I think their launch for the game is it was about to come out soon, and then they got hacked 3 days ago. And I was super excited for the game, and knowing they got hacked for $625 million, and so many people are crying in the internet. It's like, hey, give me my money back.
So is it like
sad?
People are playing it currently, but it's not like had an official launch. Is that right?
I think so, because
Something
like,
like
it looked like there was like an official launch that was happening soon. But yeah.
I'm just looking at here. So there's these Pokemon Axies that are selling for $20, $90. How do I I want to filter to the most expensive. How do I do that shit? Okay. So there's a plot of land here going for 50. Is that 53,000?
$53,000.
Surely not.
It is. It's $53,000. What the?
What am I don't even know. I'm looking at some fucking pixels, man. What does that mean? From an outsider's point of view, I guess it doesn't mean shit.
I think that's probably like the map, and then you go in it and it turns 3D. But look at the prices of these lands.
There's items going here for. I see. Like for me, it's just well over my head, and I don't really get it. So yeah, this is crazy. Anyway, so this is their marketplace, I guess. I don't know much about this. I don't know much about the game, but what we really kind of wanted to look at was one. What are your thoughts, I guess, in general, Earl, on when someone says an NFT? Like, what are your thoughts on it? How do you feel about it? What's your kind of initial instinct?
I have mixed emotions because I really, really like the idea of it. Like, who doesn't want to play a game, spend money on skins or spend money on stuff in game, and then when you're done with it, you can just get to sell, right? Like that's pretty cool. Cause like I've spent hundreds of dollars in games, like League of Legends, right? I have hundreds of dollars of worth of skins, and I haven't been playing it. I would sell it if I can, especially the season 1 stuff. That probably would be worth a lot, but I don't understand the hate on it. So like I did a tweet the other day, and I got a response from this person who said like basically people hate on it because some influencers and developers ruined it for everyone. Like they did a lot of scams like and things like that. But I love the idea about it, man. And but it's also mixed emotion because like, why are people hating on it? There's gotta be a reason why people are hating on it. And then I asked the people in our Discord, why do you guys hate it? It's a scam. But they don't enlighten me.
Yeah.
And it's like
well, I think the idea is, isn't it? So let's say you or I was a huge creator and we were like, okay, cool, here's a pixel picture of me. There's only one in the world. Go out and buy it. And you're pushing this artwork out there for potentially hundreds of thousands of dollars, and in the end, it's just a few pixels that have been made on paint. You know what I mean? It's really, in one sense, it's kind of like they're using all of their power as a creator with all these viewers, all these followers. CNN's trying to get me to pay. I'm sorry, I don't want to. Go away.
Isn't that like the same thing with artists though?
It is essentially, yeah. It is essentially. I can't really get my head around it. I think I think when I've read anything about it, some people have done bad, and I've seen like, okay, I won't. I guess I'm not going to name any names, but for example, someone approached me before and was like, "Look, we're making an NFT thing for Twitch." And I was like, "Okay, that sounds cool. I think it's exciting. Like, the NFT space is exciting."
Yeah.
And I was like, "How does it work? Is it like Pokemon cards, where we will go out and we'll design our own cards, and then someone can buy that and we can collect it, and we can have like pirate cards and." Maybe me as a captain on one, and then we got some of the boys as other cards, and then we've got some cool creatures that we create. And we create our own cards, and we create our own kind of like pirate Pokemon-esque type thing, and it's kind of got that uniqueness to it. And that was initially the plan, but the discussion was, nah, it's going to cost too much money. So what was going to happen was they would sell clips, like Twitch clips. And I was like, fuck, that doesn't make sense to me. Like, that doesn't make sense. A Twitch clip is free for everyone to see. How can you charge someone to view that shit? And apparently it's been done in NBA and stuff, where they would sell a slam dunk. They'll sell a moment within the NBA, and someone would buy that moment and it's theirs forever. And it's like, really? How does that work? Like, so for me, that side of it doesn't make sense. It's like, as was there talking about it, if I wanted to take this, if you wanted to take this picture and sell it as an NFT, it's like, fine, cool, boom, let me just screenshot it and I've got it for the rest of my life. But I think the idea is that's his screenshot. It's like there's a million Mona Lisas in the world, right? But there is one complete original one that is real. But the difference for me is that someone's gone out and fucking painted that shit, and it's kind of it's something more tangible. It's something you can feel and something that's real. And the difficulty, I guess, for me and probably a lot of people is understanding that this picture in all its essence is real, but there's so many ways that I can take this right now and still have the real version of it, if you know what I mean. So it's really, I think that's the side of things where it starts to become a little bit like, you're just fucking mugging me off, man. It might not be a scam as such, but it's like, you're fucking taking the piss out of me. Why are you trying to charge me for something that I can see for free, and everyone can see for free? So I think that's sort of,
and there would be no difference.
Yeah, there is literally no difference, and it's it is what it is. And it's the same with Twitch clips, right? I can record my screen and I can have that Twitch clip for the rest of my life, and who's to tell you that mine's not the real one and yours is the fake one? Who, you know? And
have the certificate.
Yeah, fair enough. Fuck your certificate. I don't give a shit. I'll fucking make my own in Photoshop. Like, screw your damn certificate. So it's just like, there's so many ways that it doesn't make sense. So I think that's the issue with the NFTs. So seeing that someone's managed to hack and take 625 million is kind of like a scary thought, because there's so much money being pumped into these things, and when land and marketplaces and pixels are kind of being sold, it makes more sense for me in a game manner, because I've seen it before in CS:GO. I can go out and buy this skin, I can look like a beast in the game because I got a fucking cool skin, and I've paid $1,000 for it. Fine, if I got the money, fuck it. But when I'm just buying a picture or something, I think that's, for me, that's the difference between kind of the scammy side and the
I totally like get that. I totally understand. I mean, like, I think, to be honest, anything collectible, almost anything in the world can be turned into an NFT, right? Like, I can pick up a rock, and if I was Asmongold, or I was a train wreck and I picked up a rock and I decided this rock will become an NFT, you know. It's just anything can be a NFT, like you know, him taking a picture of him with the rock, and just keep taking a bunch of pictures of that and then sell it online. But I think that NFT has a place somewhere.
Yeah.
And I think video games is one of them. Because
while you're chatting, I'm just going through my CS:GO collection here. God knows how old, but things change in value, right? Depending on how many you're around and stuff. So I don't know how long it's been since I've played, but this gun here, I remember having this back in the day, and I had a StatTrak P90. Because I'm shit at the game, I'd run around with a P90, which is that little mini machine gun, and just fucking spray and pray and hope for the best. It's now worth £10.
£10. Yeah.
Fucking A, man. I might be able to go and sell this for a tenner and put that towards my neck. I've got a couple of wishlist games here, which are less than a tenner, and I'll just get a game for free. So I think I completely agree with you, man. There is absolutely space for it. It's just it's such a strange area. I guess like it's anything in business, right? There's businesses out there that are just there to take your money and move on and give you nothing tangible in return. So it's just finding the bullshit through the everything that's out there.
I personally want to see NFT in games. I love the idea of this, like just like what you're looking at right now. It's really cool for me. You know, I enjoy this type of stuff. If I'm gonna spend something in the game and I don't want it anymore, I can sell it after. I'm all for it. I think video games has that space, and the reason why it's different from all of these like pixel stuff that we just talked about, like, hey, I can recreate that, I can Photoshop that, or I can even just look it up on the internet and then now I can put it on my screens, and I have that collection now. The same thing that you do. It's like, what do you have like that's different from it? It's the same exact art. It's the same exact pixels. It's online. It's just a certificate that you have. But in games, it's a universe. It's limited to that universe, you know? Yeah. And someone owns that universe, and you can't really recreate that without the game master's permission, unless you hack it for $625 million. That is a whole different story. But, like, you know, I feel like if an actual like really, really good developers or company does this, where they can actually protect all these like money inside the game, you know, I'm all for it, man. I'm excited for Dr. Disrespect's new game that's coming out. It's getting some hate, it's getting some love too. But you know, it's like what he said. It's like a lot people are hating, but he's like, it's just like everything. There are things that are done by a lot of stupid people out there and haven't done it right. But the whole idea of NFT is cool, and hopefully he can pull it off. I don't know if you've heard of Midnight Society yet.
I have heard of. Yeah, I've heard of Midnight. I'll just before we move on slightly, I see Shaq there mentioned that he had a gun in CS that's worth 9K now, and that's crazy to think of, but it's super cool. Yeah. Like, I know from experience he has put a lot of time and energy into CS:GO, so to be able to kind of walk away 5 years later, or whenever walk away the moment you're playing it and be like, boom, okay, I've worked my ass off in this game and I've been really good in it, I've been the best. Even if I'm not creating content or whatever, I can still earn something from the game. That's super cool. And to be able to walk away for any 1,000, 2,000, 100, 10 pounds, whatever it may be, is awesome. I like the idea. It's just, I think Steam does a pretty good job on it with keeping it separate from the bullshit. I don't know if that makes sense, but Steam's way of doing it doesn't feel stupid. Doesn't feel like a con. It doesn't feel like a scam or anything, and it just feels real for gamers, to be honest. But Midnight Society, I don't know too much about it. I know that Dr. Disrespect posted something a while ago saying I'm starting my own gaming company. Like, no one's making good games anymore, so fuck it, I'm making my own. That's as far as I've gone, and I've seen Midnight Society and I've seen him retweet about it, but I haven't had the time really to delve deep into it. So is he making he's making a game, and is it an NFT related game?
There's gonna be an NFT in it. You can play it for free without doing any of that, but there's also NFT involved. I really love the idea, man. I remember, like, but when I played PUBG, I bought the original version of PUBG on the release, and I have the skin. And like 6-7 months later, I sold the skin like times 6 times 7 of how much I paid for PUBG. And I'm like,
what's his new game called?
Midnight Society.
The game's called Midnight Society. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought I got mixed up. I thought that was his gonna be the
game developer
name.
Company. Yeah.
I see his Twitter name is like 12 a.m. or something like that, or like it basically represents midnight. It's just a very well thought out way of doing things. Okay, I'll bring it up. So what do you know about this? To tell me anything that you know, and I'll do a bit of. I'll have a look in the background now.
They haven't really showed any gameplay in the game. Okay. They just announced it. It's it for me. It sounds like it's gonna be like GTA universe, where there's gonna be a lot of mods, because they're talking about. I did the interview with them, because like you can sign up and try to get into the beta, and they picked like 10,000 people, but they would interview you first. So they were like,
did you get an interview?
No, everyone will get an interview if you're signing up.
Oh, and
shit. They're asking you, are you willing to like play other people's like modded game? Are you willing to create your own mods, create your own skin, and all of this stuff? And no one really knows what the game is gonna be, to be honest. It's except for, there's gonna be mods. You can create your own skins. There's NFT in the game, and that's about it.
Scam, clearly. No, do you know what? You just trust someone like him. Do you know what I mean? You just try, and if you know that he's behind it, you fucking trust it. It's as simple as that. Because you see him as a gamer. He's out there. He's fucking shit talking people every day, and you can relate to him because he just does things that normal people do. Normal gamers do. I know that sounds really weird when I say it out loud, but he comes across as a real person, although he's completely, he's a character. He's a real person, and he's got feelings, and he cares about his community, and he cares about games, he cares about the industry. So It's fucking cool, man.
See, like people who watch them or who watch him and can't get past the character and hates on the character,
Yeah.
They're just dumb. You know, they're just dumb. But if you actually see and look at Doctor Disrespect and the man behind it as a whole, I see a gaming slash business genius. You know, he does his thing. He is a pioneer of what he does. No one else does it the way he does it. When it comes to that type of content, and it's like what you said, he's a gamer. He has love for games. He has love for esports. He's very transparent. Like aside from all the joke, if you actually go to Guy Beam's Twitter and read his tweet as the person, not as Dr. Disrespect, you'll see how like well thought his tweets are. You know, like the without all the bullshit and all the joking and stuff. So yeah.
Yeah, so I'm just reading here. Midnight Society has engaged our passionate community with a shooter ARG, excuse me, and have begun work on the next evolution of PvP in PvP gaming, built from the ground up in Unreal Engine 5. With the launch of Founders Passes, we gladly share our vision and success with those who seize the opportunity. So I would have to do a bit more digging and figure this out, but I think it's pretty cool. I can see Shaq there mentioned about Psy Syndicate. I don't know what happened there, Shaq. I'll do a bit of Googling while we move on in a second, check it out. But I remember Psy Syndicate from the days of DayZ. He was streaming, I think, back in the day, and yeah, I don't know what's happened with him, but I'll check it out. But I feel like, you know, I love Dr. Disrespect from an outside point of view. I don't follow too much. I don't know too much about kind of the community and stuff. But when you watch him and you see some clips of him as a real person and him kind of being a bit emotional about gaming and life and kind of just telling his feelings, you feel like you can relate to him.
Yep.
FBI shit. Oh wow. Okay. I'm gonna do some Googling with Psy Syndicate because I remember the name. I remember seeing him in DayZ, and he was quite a big name, and obviously he kind of disappeared and didn't know where he went. On the CSGO skins and Diablo 3 drops NFT in a way, or what makes it different. Yeah, that's kind of what we're saying. So we're just looking through the Steam library there, and everything that we've seen over the last few years before it's become an NFT and become like a social movement that people have NFTs and whatever. They have been around for a long time. We just haven't looked at it the way we are all looking at it now. And when you think of selling something in a game, you do think of an NFT, and typically you think of someone scamming you. Typically, though, because that's what's in the news. Like, there's a lot of NFT scams, there's a lot of NFT games coming out, and you know, I've always wanted a game where I could play a game. You know, my hobby is gaming, man. My hobby is gaming. I don't do much outside of that. You know, when I think about what I want to do in my life, it's like, oh, I want to play some games, you know?
Yeah.
Like, fuck, that's what I want to do. And, you know, we've been gaming for 10, 15, 20 years at this point. Some of us even more. It's like, imagine if we had a game 20 years ago that we could have been building up characters and land and, you know, a big MMO like Shaq, as we mentioned there. Imagine if you could get drops in dungeons that there's maybe like 2 in the game. If you get one of them drops because you've done that dungeon 1,000 times, it could be worth £5,000, £6,000, $7,000, and that's exciting. That would get people continue playing the game. I agree, man. I absolutely agree. But you know, a lot of people don't earn money from their hobbies, but there's an opportunity for you to go further and do it. And a lot of us gamers, let's be honest, man, we're not exactly athletically talented. You know, I'm not. I'm struggling doing 10 push-ups, you know, from time to time. We just can't do it. So if my hobby was like, I don't know where I'm trying to go with this, but in your hobbies, you have a chance to be a part of a team and do stuff. And esports and gaming is sort of starting to become a thing. But imagine if I'm shit, there could still be another way to earn money through gaming, and you know,
yeah, exactly.
That could be really cool and really interesting, but it's got to be done in the right way. And hearing about this hack, hearing that, the people are playing this game, and this game has now lost $600 million when NFTs are supposed to be mega secure on the blockchain or whatever the bullshit is. It's kind of scary. I don't know enough about it to really comment too much, to be completely honest, but it's kind of scary. So when you think of a game where you can earn money, and if you think about spending £500 on a fucking item, it would be scary because of the amount of times people are hacking these things at this time.
Yeah, I totally agree. I just wanted to follow up on what you said, like esports and stuff. It's like in real life too. It sucks because like sometimes you're not born tall enough. You're not born physically, alpha enough,
Yeah.
and your dreams are crushed. It's like all right, I didn't have that in my genes. I'm a hairless Asian man. But in esports, to be honest, like you're saying like you're bad at video games and this stuff, but realistically speaking, if you put in the time, it's possible for everyone to become an esports athlete, and because it's hand and eye coordination and all that. Of course, some people would have better hand and eye coordination, but I'm saying here, where I'm going here is that I think there's a lot more chance for people to do something in the gaming world, the gaming universe, like when it comes to that, than it is out there, But I still love out there, but like I'm just saying, it's more fair here.
Yeah, well, yeah, I agree, man. I fully agree, and I would love, investing a lot of time and energy and love into New World, and imagine if I could take a skin out in a few years' time and sell it. It'll be cool, man.
That'd be awesome. That'd be freaking awesome.
Trade it. I know you can trade in game with trading for money and stuff, but I don't know how it works because
you can marry books at it.
It's done, man. It is, man. These boys were making thousands of dollars a month, to be fair, already on New World. I just never saw it that way. And you always kind of want it to be supported by the game, because then it's all done right. Whatever. Anyway, it'll be interesting to see what Dr. Disrespect does, and if he brings in something like, I know you mentioned briefly if there's something in their game which they can. Did you say there's going to be some sort of NFT in their game or not?
It's going to be big on NFT. You can play it for free, but it's going to be on big on NFT. Like for instance, like I've been thinking of like buying the Founders Pass, because you get like a limited stuff for like all the people that buy Founders. And if this game does blow out in a couple of years, that Founders Pack is gonna be worth like so much money, And you can make. I think you can make your own mods and your own skin in the game, and then and sell it too. Yeah,
it's exciting, man. It's an exciting world. So yeah, I think the only advice I could ever really give is there's a lot of motherfuckers out there, man, who just want your money. So. Yep. Just do your own research and figure it out before you invest any cash anywhere. We're kind of pushing on time a little bit, but the last thing I wanted to talk about is kind of where a lot of us began a couple of years ago and got to know each other, is New World. New World, as you can see here, has had a huge decline since it launched back in the day. If you haven't seen it yet, this is what it looks like. It fucking dropped off massively. Fucking crash and fucking burn, man. It's
what a slap.
It's gone down and down and down and down and down until recently, man. And maybe it's going to go down again in a bit. But basically, this weekend just passed was a double XP weekend. They brought out their first bit of... Well, this is probably the biggest patch since launch. You haven't played it yet, I don't think, Earl?
I haven't been playing any video games, to be fair.
You haven't been getting no. So there's a huge patch that came out, and it's it feels like the first patch where they've actually listened to what the player base wants. They are listening, they've always been listening, but this has some big motherfucking changes, man. big changes. Small things as well, such as you can now run and open your inventory while running. Fast travel is practically free. It's made it a lot more easier to do things without the pressure of kind of like a survival game. So New World at the start was a survival game. It's supposed to be kind of hard and unforgiving and tough, and you know, the territories had their own individual markets and all this cool shit, which on paper was amazing, but actually in reality we're just lazy fuckers, man, and we don't want to put the effort into it and sort things out. But yeah, what I wanted to bring up, really, this is the first time since it launched where it's had an increase in players. So it's pretty exciting, man, because I've personally invested a lot of energy into New World, and at this point have probably around 150 videos out about New World. Some of them are complete shit. Some of them are okay, boys. Some of them are okay. Some of them are shit. I'm learning too, but I've invested a lot of time and energy and actual money, you know, into New World. So for me, it'd be nice to see it come back, because I love the combat. I love the thing. But what do you think? What do you think it will come back? I mean, it's a tough question,
I want it
really
to come back, to be honest. And I think, like, for games like this, it will take a year or more to fully like come back. Because the thing is, like, with MMO, we've seen the cycle. It's like a repeat of what's happening with every MMOs that's been released. It has a really, really like big following in the beginning because of the MMO cult. You know, and then it falls down because they realize the game is shit, and because it's just really a tough genre to perfect, to get it right. And then afterwards, a year or two later, it's back, and then you will see like how many people are actually staying in the game and how big is the community with it. And I think New World is one of them, because the reason why I'm saying that is there's no other MMO out there that feels like this game.
Yeah.
Or that is like this game at all. Like everything is like copy paste of World of Warcraft, basically.
Yeah.
And this one brings a lot of new stuff into the table. There's a lot of possibilities, you know. All the weapons that they can put in, it's gonna create so many things. And yeah, I want the game. I personally want the game to succeed. But I don't know when, but I know someday it will, if they don't give up on it. That's the thing too.
Yeah. So I know Keeny's mentioned in there, there's a few kind of things that really need to be done to make it, you know, maybe the game it needs to be, and maybe their teaming up with Lost Ark will make them realize some of the stuff that makes a successful game. And Lost Ark's obviously still declining in players. I haven't been playing it much recently, but it's got some amazing features and some basic shit, such as, you know, the New World has OPR, which is Outpost Rush, which is essentially the 20v20 PvP. You can't play with people that are not on your server. So if the people on your server, which is a limited number anyway, aren't playing, you can't fucking play the game mode. It's like, okay. And same with the economy. The economy is in a... So when the game launched, fair play, there was more people, so more people farming. People were saying it was around 15 to 20,000 to level up engineering. Yesterday I spent 185,000 gold on leveling up my engineering, which is pretty much my savings in the game. Just because obviously no one's farming anymore. It's very mundane. It's the same old shit. There's not too many servers out there now that have big PvP on it, because the PvP's frustrating. So we understand why it's dropping, but the simple fact is the combat's fun, and when it works, it's amazing. So you saw us on Discord last night. There was about 4 or 5 wars that have happened, and it was mega, man. It was popping off. And what we were doing, we were just a 10-man. You know, we were a shadow of what we used to be back in the day. We were, I think, 7 of us, and we were out and about, and we were just looking for fights. So when a war had finished, someone else is going to go out there, and they're going to run these shitty missions. So we would go and find them and start fighting them, essentially. And the way you get your missions done in this game is you just have as many people as possible. So we were coming across like fucking hordes of people, man. They were just, I can't believe they're still doing it for a start. I can't believe it, but good for them because it creates a PvP area. But yeah, we were just out looking for these fights, and when it worked, it is beautiful, man. There was a couple of moments last night where I just saw a sea of people, and everyone was smashing each other up, and the lag has gone. The open world PvP felt good. What they seem to have done is you see everything that's close to you, but everything after a certain distance sort of starts to render out, and you don't get to see it. You just see models of people like little ants going at it, and it was epic. And I had so much fucking fun last night, and we smashed people up. It was epic, man. It was sweaty, and it was fun, and it was competitive. But when you finish, it's like, okay, whew, that was sick. What do I have to show for it? Fucking nothing, man. It was pure glory, and it was purely fantastic. But imagine if there was some sort of, leaderboard system in the game as well, and things like that. So
yeah,
I think you're right. They got a real long way to go before they make it.
Yep. But I just wanted to add as well, like what you said before, it was a hardcore survival game, and they have to rewrite the whole thing basically. So
redeveloping the game while it's live.
Yeah. So basically, like, there's a year and a half they had to create an MMO, and people spent 5-10 years to make MMO games, before they actually release it. These guys have like a year and a half before they release their game. But I think it's headed the right direction. Them listening to people, and I think for me the game is only 15% done. There's another 85% stuff that you can add, like what you said, leaderboards and that content roadmap there. That's gonna add a lot, but there's still more that they can add for an MMO perspective. The raids, the world bosses. There's so many things that they can do with the game. The possibilities are endless, and the only question is the engine that they're using. Is it capable of doing all of this stuff? Where they created the game,
Yeah. We'll see. I know we are. We talk about New World a lot, and it's something that we love. So we'll be jumping back in and out. And I think one thing that's really interesting to watch. One thing that we're talking about business and stuff before, right? The worry is if there's not enough players, and the concurrent players is the number that people look at all the time. If there's not enough people playing the game, what the fuck is the point in spending money on it? Why would you have a team? If it kept declining, their Amazon team would be bigger than the players playing it, and that doesn't make sense from a business perspective. So they would stop developing the game, and like you say, it's the only MMO with that kind of action combat that's amazing. Saying that, someone sent me a clip last night of one was Chivalry 2, which is apparently looking amazing now, and the other one was, let me find it, and we're going to look at some videos on probably the next stream. Where is it? Mount and Blade 2 Bannerlord.
They've been talking about that for a long time. Like, that game actually came out.
Yeah, so Mount and Blade. This is, let me just show you this, because this is glorious, and this is kind of it has the glory to it, but it doesn't have what New World has. Like, the visuals and stuff are just they're just not there. But so go on.
I was just gonna say I wanted to add this on New World. It's like what you said, like from a business point of view, if they're gonna keep going with it, going back to how other MMOs, it takes like 5 years, right, to develop, and they basically have a year and a half with it. I think with what they have right now is better than a lot of other MMOs. The reason why is they already made money off of it. Yeah. They already made, so they have the funds, Yeah. There's no excuse. If they just stop right now because it's not looking good, then they never really believed in the product, and then I'm gonna flip them off. It's like you just did a cash grab, and you just try to cover it up later on with little patches. But Anyways,
this is the style of combat that I love, and New World has the closest to it. So Mountain Blade gives me a very Conqueror's Blade vibe to it. You know, you control a little bit of an army clearly here, and then you just have the mega fight. So it this was sent to me from Trust, so do I trust? But it looks awesome. I would love to see this style come to New World, but you can see like the UI and stuff. It's just old and it doesn't feel fucking nice. And New World has that really nice element to it. But all these people here, all of this. Imagine if this was real people. That's when things start to get exciting, and that's the game that I want to see. You know, just loads and loads of us fighting. It'll be glorious, and maybe you know maybe New World will be able to pull it off someday. And you know, it always takes me back to the Guild Wars days. 200 300 people banning it out, and it's truly insane. And it's just one of the greatest fucking moments of, you know, when you're gaming and you come across, you know, 50 60 other people, and it's just madness. And it's kind of what we experienced last night. Last night was amazing, man. Last night was really cool, and it was the first time in a long time where we managed to find some good open world combat. But there are moments in New World that just that it's not right. Yeah. So fingers crossed they manage to keep developing it and things start to get better, and maybe they'll bring out mounts for us one day and we can do some mounted combat. It'll truly be epic, man.
Where mount is allowed. Yeah,
something like that. Whatever happens, man, it'll be awesome.
Yeah, I'm excited for that. I'm still reminiscing with our old stuff in New World that we did. I had so much fun, man. I've never experienced that with any game, with any guild before, and I've been gaming since I was freaking 6 years old, probably earlier than that. You know, I started my first MMO when I was like 10 or 11, and I'm still playing MMOs now. And here's what's gonna blow your mind: is we had so much fun, and the game wasn't even working properly.
Oh my! It's very true. It's very
Imagine true. When it's actually working properly, how much fun we're gonna have.
It'll be epic. It'll be epic. I just want to say, Scythe, how's it going, man? Keely mentioned about Ashes of Creation. Ashes is promising, man. Didn't they move to like Unreal Engine 5 as well or something like that? So it's looking... I was really nervous because it looked terrible from some of the early stuff. So Ashes is looking lovely. I have high hopes for Nightingale. We saw that. We got... oh gosh, the other one we looked at recently. There's some really cool stuff on the horizon, and I just hope New World manages to hold it together, because it is looking like the only real action combat big MMO. Yeah, Shaq saying about Unreal 5 there, looking awesome. Some really cool stuff. Oh, I like your t-shirt, by the way. Show off.
Thank you, sir.
Looks cool. There it is, boys. Yeah. Mate, that's cool. Are we gonna see this in your new setup soon?
Yeah. As I mentioned before, like I'm like an anime man with an anime plan. Like I have my mask over there, I have my suit, so I'm always gonna be wearing either this or our pirate gaming merch. That's why I have a couple of the same shirts. Because like I'm just like one of those people. I wear the same shirt every day. You know? I like looking the same.
Yeah, I'm the same, man. Throne and Liberty, that's the one. Thanks, Shaq. Oh, dude, thanks for your time today. I'm gonna bounce, boys. Thanks for joining us in chat. It's always good to kind of catch up every Monday. So every Monday around 11, we will be here. We were a little bit late today. We were just busy chatting shit and just catching up. So appreciate you joining us on Twitch. It'll be on YouTube, and of course a massive thank you to the guys that are currently sponsoring me. Sneak, link in chat and link below on YouTube. Go and check them out, boys. Gaming energy drink, sugar free, fucking fantastic. As you see there from my description, it tastes fucking good. It's actually good. And if you need a VPN or you're thinking about using a VPN, NordVPN are currently sponsoring me as well. So you guys hanging out in chat, watching YouTube videos, all that kind of gets me these sponsors and allows me to do this. So I appreciate you hanging out.
By the way, man, Where's the Viking hairstyle, man? I saw it on I think Twitter or Instagram the other day. It looked
So
freaking glorious.
I did start shaving. I think I mentioned the other day. I started shaving this, and I've been watching a lot. We've been watching a lot of Last Kingdom, and I'm getting ever closer to just zipping the sides of my hair off and plaiting the top. And it's not very pirate like, but I think it would be fucking cool. Just get rid of the sides.
Fucking awesome.
I won't feel so bad with my British hairline going further and further back, and I'll use the top as much as I can and just go for it. But yeah, we plaited the sides a bit, and then I've shaved the sides more, and I don't know, man. I'm feeling like I got to do it before it's too late, man. A lot of us Brits don't have good hairlines, man, and when it's gone, it's gone unless I get a hair transplant. So I'm thinking like let's do something now. Let's shave it. Let's fucking be cool. But
like my glorious 5 head. That's why I have a lot of hair in front of to cover up my 5 head. I got a 5 head too, man. You can't just put 4 in there. It's 5. You need 5 fingers on there.
Yeah, I feel you, man. But yeah, that's we'll see what happens, man. We'll see what happens. It could be fun, especially when the van comes in. Please, if you drop into the stream, boys, redeem them push-ups. It's my only way of getting some exercise and trying to build up that. I'm kind of nervous going semi-bald without the big beard and big muscles, but that's gonna take a while. So get on stream, come back, redeem them push-ups next time, and I'll appreciate you hanging out. Thanks again, dudes. Of course, boys, I'll put our links below on YouTube, but it's just Earlmeister and everything, right? I've got it by now. Go and search Earlmeister. You'll find our boy, and yeah, keep in touch. Discord links below. Discord links here. Come and keep in touch, boys, and I'll see you next week, Earl. Well, hopefully before, but if not, I'll see you next week.
I'll see you guys.